Hi, this is Trish here from Fat Lady Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little mushroom chapstick holder. So really super cute and super quick. You can use your scraps for this, and they just come out so cute. And I will just tell you that the pattern is in my new book, Comic Convention Bestsellers. And so we're just going to go ahead and follow along, and let's see where it is. It is Mushroom Chapstick Holder, page 7. So let's just go ahead and go there. Okay, so you'll see that what you need for your materials are scrap amounts of worsted weight yarn and colors of your choice, a size G hook or size needed to obtain gauge, tapestry needle, and a stitch marker if you use one. I never use them, so there you go. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the bottom first. I'm just going to use my phone to weigh down the pattern. I wonder if it might help if you can kind of see along with it. So we'll just kind of do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my my yarn onto my hook, and we'll start right here. So we're going to start with the bottom, so in color of your choice. I'm just doing a bunch in white right now because I've got a Comic-Con that I'm getting ready for, and it's really a nice way for me to make a bunch of small things that I can sell for not too much, and they don't take too long. All right, so round 1 is chain 2 and work 9 single crochets into the second chain from the hook, and then if you're going to use your stitch marker, then you're going to place the stitch marker in the first stitch. Okay, so 1, 2, and now we're going to single crochet 9 into that first chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now for round 2, we're going to increase to 12. So we're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches, followed by an increase. So that's going to be 12 stitches altogether. So let's do that together. So we'll go single, single. Now here's our increase. So 2 singles followed by an increase. We do that 3 times, taking us from 9 stitches to 12 stitches. So we go single, single, and a decrease. And we'll do that one more time. I'm sorry, I think I said decrease. I meant increase, guys. We're not doing any decreases. I don't think at all in this pattern. Okay, so let's double check, make sure we've got 12 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. All right, so this is really simple now. From here up to round 12, you're just going to single crochet around. So you're not adding, you're not taking any out. You're just going to put on 12 stitches per row up to row 12. So I'm going to speed up the video and meet you back here once we've got 12 rows of 12 stitches, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, there we go. We've got our 12 rounds here. So now what we're going to do is, now in the book it says to chain 150. That kind of is going to depend on how long you want your tie to be. So this is what I believe this is what 150 looks like, and but this might be 100. I'm not sure because I was doing 100 chains and then 150 chains for some of them just to make them a little bit longer. So right now, we will just chain 100, and we'll see if that's going to do for us. Okay, so this is 100, and I would say that that's going to be just fine. So what we'll do is we're going to tie this off. We're going to fasten it off. We're going to leave a 9-inch tail, as it says on our pattern here, and then we're going to set it aside. All right, so now what we'll do is the top. So with the second color of your choice, and I'm going to use red for this one, what you're going to do is go ahead and get it onto your hook. And I'll do that. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll chain 2 and work 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. Place your stitch marker in the first stitch if you're using one. And so this will be, our first round will be 6 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. So chain 2, 1, 2, and single crochet 6 into that first chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round 2 is single crochet into the next stitch and an increase, taking it up to 9 stitches. So single, increase, single. I'll just finish this round here. Turn off my eggs. Increase, and single, increase. That'll take me to 9 stitches, and I will be right back. Hello. Okay, that's one of the benefits of working from home. I get to make my lunch as I work. So round 3 is single crochet into the next 2 stitches followed by an increase. So we'll go from 9 stitches to 12 stitches. So 1 single, single, increase. So that's stitch 3 and 4. Single, single, and here's our increase. This will be 7 and 8. And here's our last one, single, single, and an increase. So that takes us to 12 stitches. Okay, now we're on round 4. And what we'll do is we will single crochet into the next 3 stitches followed by an increase, taking us to 15 stitches. So here's 1 single, 2, 3, followed by the increase. That's 4 and 5. Single, 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 and here's our increase, 9 and 10. Single, 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 and here's 15, 14, 15. All right, for our next round, we're going to take it up to 18. So we'll single crochet into the next 4 stitches, followed by an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the increase, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, and here's the increase, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and one more increase, taking us up to 18 stitches. Round 6, single crochet into the next 5 stitches, increase. That'll be 21 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's our increase, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and our increase 20, 21. And now we're going to take it up to 24 stitches, single crochet into the next 6 stitches, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here's our increase. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and here's our increase, 15, 16. And one more, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and here's our increase, 23 and 24. And here's our final round. Single crochet into the next 7 stitches and an increase, so that's going to be 27 stitches. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here's our increase, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and here is our increase, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. Sorry, that 26 and 27, that was my last increase. At the end of the round, fasten off and weave in the tail. So before I do that though, I'm just going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and then I'm going to fasten off this guy and weave this tail up. I'm just going to poke it inside out just to make it a little bit easier. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up. I want to tie my knot. I want to fasten this knot up here a little bit closer so it doesn't pop out down here. So it is actually good to watch these videos because I have some tips on here that aren't generally in the written pattern. So yeah, okay, there we go. And then I'm just gonna tie these off so that they don't pop out. Okay, so now what we need to do is our dots. So if you look on here, we've got these little French knots on here. French knots are really not that hard, but they're intimidating, I think, just because it's a new technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pretty long piece of white, and I know it's going to be too much, but I'm okay with that because I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I'm just going to get it onto my tapestry needle here. And again, I'm going to start like close to the point up here so that when I tie it off, when I fasten it off, my knots aren't showing, they aren't peeking out from underneath here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my needle up. And I'm just going to leave a tail that's about this long because I want it to be long enough that I can tie it. And then what I'm going to do to do the French knot, I'm going to wrap it twice around the needle. And then I'm going to poke the needle back very close, but not exactly in the same spot, but very close to the same spot. I'm going to poke it through. And then I'm going to gently draw the yarn through. And you want to kind of adjust as you go. So like it's not perfect, but that's kind of what we're going for. We're like a little bump sort of. So now I'm just going to do some more of those. I'm just going to do them randomly over the top of the mushroom here. I'm going to try to keep my tail here out of the way because I do want to be able to tie this closed and keep it semi-neat underneath there. Now, if you don't like doing these French knots, that's okay. You can just do little stitches. You could even use, you know, that fabric paint, that 3D fabric paint would work too. And just do some dots over top. So if you're interested, oh, look here now, I just want to show you this little dot here, our little French knot here. I'm going to go back over this one because it got sort of, it went inside is basically what happened. So I'll finish this one and then we'll go back and do that other one there. And that I must have put it, you know, like within the same stitch, or really, you know, like in a, I don't know, like in the same stitch that it would be drawn through. Anyways, I don't think I'm explaining myself very well at all, but maybe you understand me. I don't know. Anyways, we'll just go back. We'll do another French knot over that space. But I think, like, if you even just did little straight stitches like that, you wouldn't have the bumps that the French knot creates, but I think it would still be just fine. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to do maybe one or two more. Let's see. So I think what I was saying is, if you're interested in getting this book, you can get it from Amazon. It's on Amazon. Just search up Fat Lady Crochet, I think, or Comic Convention Bestsellers, Crochet Comic Convention Bestsellers, and you should find it. If you're local to me, there's a shop in Lethbridge that is carrying it. It's Bob Headquarters is carrying it. And I will have these with me at my markets as well, so I can sign them for you. And they will be cheaper if you buy them from me than on Amazon. And yeah, so that's where you can get them. That's where they're available. This pattern also is available just as a free download on my Ravelry, in my Ravelry shop. So you can go ahead and just download a free pattern of this one. Okay, so now we're going to assemble our little mushroom here. So I'm going to get my blunt tapestry needle here. And the reason why I'm using my blunt one is because when I use my pointy one, it catches the fibers of the yarn. So then what happens is it can snag, whereas if I use my blunt one, it seems to glide itself through between the stitches, which is what I want. I don't want any snags here. So that's why I'm using this one. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just get this stuff out of the way here. A better view for you. I'm not knocking things over because I tend to do that too. All right, so here I've got this long tail on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke it through underneath here. I don't know if you can see this, just on the side of the first round there. Okay, just on the side of the first round. Anyone is fine. And then I'm going to pull it through. Now you can see why this would be important that I'm using my blunt one, because if I've cut through the fibers with my pointy needle, there isn't going to be enough space to draw this chain through. So that's just a little hint. So I'm going to just pull that through, and you'll notice, I don't know if you can see this here, I've got a little bit of fluff coming up here, this red there, and that is because one of the tails has caught under here. So I'm just going to pull that out. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is insert my needle on the other side here, and pull it through again. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here to the bottom part, and I'm going to just sew it together right across right on here. So I'm going to draw it up right to where the chain begins, and I'm going to do a couple of knots here. Make sure that it's nice and secure in there. So what I'll do here is I'll just weave it down a little bit before I finish her off. Okay, so I've got it down here. With it being white, you're not really going to be able to see these stitches too much, so don't worry too much about that. And now I'm going to tie my knots and weave in my tail. I want to weave in my tail down close to the end here. Again, just so I don't have tails popping up, you know, over the top sort of thing. There we go. And now the last thing that you have to do is put in a chapstick. Oh, it smells so nice when I open that up. Okay, so you just pop your chapstick in there and then pull down, oops, pull down the lid, as it were, and that's it. That's all there is to it. I have a little guy here that I just want to pull up. A little bit of fluff. Okay, and he doesn't want to go away, so I'm going to just trim him. There we go. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'd love to see your pictures. So if you want to, you can send me pictures on my Facebook page or Instagram, and of the pieces that you've made, and let me know how it goes for you, and have a great day. Catch you later, guys.